going to talk about Chennedy Carter, but it looks like she's blacklisted. And she will be playing professional basketball during the season, but it won't be for the WNBA.
Sim is attacking. Was Caitlin Clark worth losing your whole WNBA career over Chennedy Carter? Just gave us the answer after more than 120 days with no WNBA team willing to sign her, and with training camp starting today, Carter is officially headed to Mexico's Pro Basketball League.
She needs to do whatever she can to get some help, get her anger under control, where she will not have another incident like the one where she slammed into Caitlin Clark. She's out of the league.
This isn't just another player switching teams. This is the Chicago Sky leading scorer being completely fired from the WNBA after deliberately hitting the league's golden goose. Caitlin Clark, the Sky let their star walk away without even trying to get anything in return, and despite putting up MVP numbers overseas, not one WNBA team wanted her. That doesn't just happen without a serious reason. Let me know in the comments. Did Kai deserve this? Now let's break down exactly how it went down, where she's headed next, and what she had to say. Let's go.
You know, I mean, something's got to wake her up and say, man, I could be in the WNBA right now, starting on a team, being their leading scorer. I've got to get my temper and my head under control. I got to figure it out.
Picture this: June 1st, 2024, the Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever. It's just one game in a long WNBA season, but no one knew it would go down in history. The score was tight, both teams fighting hard until the very end when the Fever edged out a narrow 71-70 win. Tensions were already high then. In an instant, everything changed.
I'll give you an opportunity to talk about that moment between you and Caitlin. What was that play, what was said, and kind of what it led to.
Next question. Got me play. Like she a little bit. Yeah. I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark questions. I don't know what she said. I didn't say anything. No. Okay.
The moment unfolded right after a Chicago basket. As the players transitioned down the court, there was a brief window where Chennedy Carter and Caitlin Clark crossed paths. Nothing unusual, just a typical shift in the flow of the game. But what happened next? Far from routine. Carter, seemingly going about her business, suddenly shifted her direction, and it wasn't subtle, it was deliberate, calculated. She veered directly into Clark's path and delivered a hip check that sent the rookie crashing to the hardwood. And let's not forget, Angel Ree was caught on camera jumping and clapping on the sidelines immediately after the contact.
She can score with the lights out. I mean, she can. She's pure offense, a pure shooting guard, scoring guard. Instant offense. But if you're a team, do you really want her on the team?
The collision wasn't just a typical basketball play. It wasn't even a normal hard foul. This was something different, something that made the entire arena collectively gasp. The live broadcast caught every second of it, and you could hear the commentators' voices shift from the usual game analysis to sheer disbelief. What was that? Was the immediate question that rippled through the crowd. As Clark hit the floor, the officials didn't hesitate. The whistle blew, and they initially called it a regular foul, but even in real time, everyone knew this needed more than a simple penalty. The referees quickly huddled around the monitor, reviewing footage that would soon be dissected by millions on social media. Their verdict: a common foul, but with a twist. It was upgraded to a flagrant foul the very next day after official confirmation that the contact was non-basket in nature and potentially dangerous. It's
not been a peep about anywhere that she could be landing in this free agency. So a lot of people, including myself, are wondering, is she worth the risk?
What's particularly telling about this incident wasn't just the hit itself, it was Clark's response to it. While many players might have jumped up ready for confrontation, Clark did the opposite. She simply rose to her feet, composed herself, and got back to playing. No theatrics, no escalation, just a rookie showing veteran poise in a heated moment. This stark contrast between Carter's aggression and Clark's calm only served to amplify the narrative that was quickly taking shape. Instead of analyzing shooting percentages or defensive rotations, the conversation shifted. Frame by frame breakdowns of Carter's movements flooded the media. Was she targeting Clark because she was a rookie? Was this a case of personal or professional jealousy? The questions multiplied, and the basketball itself became secondary.
With Teresa Weatherspoon, with Angel Reese, with Camila Cardoso, and, the rest of the folks. And then we get to the body check. This was originally ruled an away from the ball foul, but it was obviously a flagrant foul. It really upset a lot of people, really escalated the issue, and it was really just poor sportsmanship on Kennedy's part.
What nobody realized in that moment, not Carter, not Clark, not anyone watching, was that this 5-second sequence would fundamentally alter Carter's career trajectory. This wasn't just a bad decision in the heat of competition. No, this was the beginning of her professional unraveling, a single physical play that set off a domino effect, eventually pushing her out of the league entirely.
Knocked Caitlin Clark to the floor. We all saw it, a flagrant foul. And many people, including myself, thought it was borderline assault.
And if the hit itself wasn't damaging enough to Carter's reputation, what came next would prove catastrophic. When the cameras turned to Carter post-game, giving her a chance to explain or perhaps apologize, her response only poured industrial strength fuel on an already raging fire.
Just like, just respond, calm down, like, if I do the talking, and it's what it is. Go game. Go into free throws and shoot an offense. So that's how we did, but, yeah.
The cameras kept rolling as Carter entered the post-game press conference, offering her the perfect chance to reset the narrative. One well-crafted statement could have changed everything. An apology, an explanation, or even just acknowledging what happened might have softened the blow. Instead, with reporters giving her an open mic to address the elephant in the room, Carter delivered 7 words that would prove more devastating than any hip check. I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark questions.
Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Chennedy Carter.
Those 7 words ricocheted through basketball circles with remarkable speed. Within hours, sports analysts who might have defended the on-court incident as just physical basketball found themselves unable to justify Carter's post-game attitude. Her refusal to address the situation turned what could have been a one-day story into a week-long examination of her character. While the hip check had raised eyebrows, this response raised red flags.
First season from Carter, an incident with Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark stood out to many. The 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year came in the league, became arguably the most popular player. Became the most popular player. There, I cleaned it up for you, which may have rubbed some people the wrong way, including...
What makes Carter's response even more damaging is how it contrasted with Clark's own handling of the situation. While Carter dodged responsibility, Clark told reporters, "Basketball's competitive, I get it, emotions get the best of you. It happened to me too." One player demonstrated maturity and understanding, while the other showed a startling lack of accountability, a response that left league executives whispering.
Like, I don't think there's no justification for that. Like, to be honest, we can be honest.
This perception problem quickly spread beyond just angry fans on social media. Team executives and league officials, the very people who make hiring decisions, were watching that. In professional sports, talent always matters, but it's rarely the only consideration. The question became not can she play, but is she worth the disruption? Carter's dismissive attitude didn't just raise red flags, it created internal chemistry issues within the Chicago Sky locker room. Teammates and coaches alike were reportedly reacting negatively to her comments.
There's no doubt Chennedy Carter is extremely talented, but she's got to get her head screwed on straight.
The damage wasn't limited to public perception, it created real friction inside her own team. The locker room tension following her comments made an already difficult situation nearly impossible. Basketball at its core is a team sport. When one player refuses to acknowledge behavior that reflects poorly on the entire organization, it fractures the trust that's essential to success, and so the Chicago Sky made the ultimate decision: they let her go. In free agency, without offering a contract, no other team decided to pick her up. One GM was even anonymously quoted saying, "We won't touch her with a 10-foot pole."